August 4th, 2023 will forever be known as the day the Pac-12 died. And this was something that was, I think, if you paid attention to the conference realignment at all, you realize this was kind of inevitable. I mean, we knew this was going to happen at some point. Ever since USC and UCLA decided to make the jump to the Big Ten, but today it got the Pacific 12 Conference is no more, because today Oregon and Washington, who have been trying to get into the Big Ten, are now going to be joining the Big Ten in what looks like 2024. It looks like they're going to be in the same, which is not this season, but the next season. Oregon and Washington will be a part of the Big Ten. And hey, those are the only two Pac-12 teams who have made the college football playoff. Voice crack. Anyway, so that was already, if that wasn't enough, which it really was, that was definitely enough for the Pac-12. Those are their four biggest teams: USC, UCLA, Oregon, Washington. Those are their four biggest earners. So then the conference had, I think, 8 teams left. No, they had 7, because Colorado, a few days earlier, decided to go to the Big 12. So they had 7 teams left, and 3 of them have now already found new homes, because Arizona, Arizona State, and Utah are all going to the Big 12. So then there were 4. Cal, Stanford, Oregon State, and Washington State have been hung out to dry. Where are they going to go? Man, they completely screwed them over. Completely screwed them over. I saw somewhere the ACC contracts that have like Clemson and Florida State and Miami locked into contract with the ACC. That's all that's holding together college football at this point. At least from it becoming 2 super conferences. But that's crazy. Okay, as someone who attends a Big Ten school, go Hoosiers, baby. I mean, I'm excited about the prospect of more teams coming to the Big Ten. I mean, it'll be exciting to play Oregon and Washington and USC and UCLA, and it'll be more fun to play them in basketball than football. But man, I mean, if you're Oregon State, Washington State, Cal, and Stanford, you have to try to jump ship somewhere. I mean, I thought the Big 12 was going to be basically dead, but now they have plenty of teams that have been coming in. They're now going to have Colorado, Oregon State, Washington. No, they're not. No, the Big 12 is about to add Utah, Colorado, Arizona State, BYU, Houston, UCF. At the cost of Oklahoma and Texas, that's something you can bear with. Now, the SEC started this whole thing. It's their fault. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Because they started it when they added Oklahoma and Texas. And then everyone else had to try to keep pace. Maybe the Big Ten took it a little too far. But, man, college football and college basketball, I don't think people are really getting that. It's going to look a lot different. I'm going to just type in Oregon, Washington, Big Ten and see if I come across any information that I haven't seen. Oregon, Washington joined Big Ten programs, depart Pac-12 in 2024 after serving as charter members since 1915. Ooh. Man, I don't know. Do they have like Here's the thing, though. The Big Ten has already announced, like, their schedules for 2024, 2025, at least for football. So are they just going to have to redo all of that? I mean, I guess they do if they're adding these teams. If Oregon and Washington do not incur additional travel expenses of $10 million, putting their net revenue around $20 million annually. That's essentially the same number for the. Okay, so we're trying to say that, oh, well, because they're going to have to travel more and it's like the same. They're going to be making more money in the Big Ten. That's just how it's going to work. I also saw this. The traditional Rose Bowl is dead because it was always Big Ten versus Pac-12, and now there is about to not even be a Pac-12. So I guess this year is the last traditional Rose Bowl. Or is it a playoff game? I have no idea. Pac-12 representative. What will happen to the Pac-12? The Pac-12 presidents met Friday morning. There was a grant of rights contract presented to the universities in hope of securing a new media deal that could keep the conference together in some form, though nothing was signed. That session came on the heels of Arizona board regrets. Thursday before, which Arizona was in deep discussions about following Colorado to the Pac-12. Okay, Big 12 also remains in pursuit of Arizona State and Utah, which we know now is going to happen. Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark long preferred to expand to 14 teams, but was willing to move to 16 teams. Should the Big 12 be unable to have... Okay, well, that's irrelevant because they did acquire him. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I mean, it's gonna be fun, man. It's college sports, more so now than ever, is just professional sport. It's like a little B tier to professional sports, but more exciting. Because, like, it was like a regional thing, but now you're going to have, like, Rutgers and Oregon in the same conference. Like, that's crazy. But I really feel bad for Oregon State. The two teams I really feel bad for are Oregon State and Washington State. Because their biggest rivals just up and left them. Like, what are you supposed to do? What, are they going to join the Mountain West? That's crazy, man. I'm a little disappointed that, like, Oregon State aren't going to play. Washington State aren't going to play. Yeah, man. I saw a funny meme because Oregon beat Ohio State the last time they played. Like, that one year they played in Columbus, Oregon beat them. But this past year they lost to Oregon State. So I saw a meme that said, Oregon is leaving to a conference that has an OSU they can beat or something like that. I thought that was funny. Oregon State's about to have a good team this year too because they had a really good year last year. They finished like near the top 10, I believe. They were like at least in the teens, like 14, 15 ranked. And I think they have most of their team back, so we'll see. Is the Pac-12 well, they'll be in place for this year. For this year, Oregon, Washington, all of them are still going to be in the Pac-12. But like after this year, what are you just going to have a 4-team conference? I mean, is the Pac-12 going to try to add, like, Boise State and, like, North Dakota State and, like, Fresno State or something? Is that what we're going to? Is that who the Pac-12 is going to try to add? Because they have to replace, what, 8 teams. They're about to lose 8 teams in 2024. How do you replace 8 teams? What 8 teams are they going to get? Like, the only... Okay. I would say they could add Boise State. They could add what? Fresno State. They could add like what? UNLV or like North Dakota State. I know they're FCS right now. That might be a little bit of a stretch. What are you gonna add? Colorado State? Who are they? Add Utah? Who are they gonna add? Man, poor Pac-12. I feel so bad for them. The Big 12 actually did a really good job of recovering. I think at least. What, they could add Gonzaga for basketball? I don't know. I have no idea. Rest in peace, the Pacific 12 Conference. Man, I feel a little bit bad for them. I will try to get, if y'all want me to keep doing it, I'm going to do more college football season videos, but I wanted to get this out because, man, poor Pac-12.